Ugh. What's good, YouTube, man? Welcome back. It's your boy Jay Reacts TV, man. We back again with another video. As you can see by the title and thumbnail, we're gonna be reacting to Free Doc Bites. World's most crowded prison, Haiti's national emergency. So if y'all haven't already, we just finished watching fucking a YouTuber named Drew Bensky. You good? What's going on? Come on. Lock in. You wasn't doing this all day today. Thank you. He entered a tunnel with about 100 families. Now think about that. It's 100 families, not 100 people. So you do the math on that. You feel me? And that shit was super depressing. Like, it wasn't super depressing, but it was just crazy, man. It was sad. It was depressing, and it was just like, damn, like we gotta. Yeah, but if you want to go check that out, and then come to this video. But yeah, without further ado, man, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure I turn on a post. Make sure that bell is on so y'all know when I upload. And if you're watching this from YouTube, shout out to YouTube. Hello, I love y'all. Y'all been showing a lot of love. Y'all been showing a lot of appreciation. Make sure y'all keep subbing, man. We trying to get to at least 500 subs by the end of this month or by the end of March. We could definitely do it by the end of March. I ain't gonna lie. Like, let's get to 600 subs by the end of March, man. Come on, we got this. We almost there. But y'all can also catch me live on Twitch and on YouTube too as well. If y'all haven't known already, you know what I'm saying. So I've been live almost every time. Like every time I go live on Twitch, I've been going live on YouTube too. So show some love, pop out, and without further ado, man, let's get to this video.
Crowded prisons in the world. Meeting the men who are lost in a system and who the outside world has long forgotten. Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere.
Damn, what the fuck? I didn't even know that, son. That's crazy. Yo, that's why I was just saying in the other video, like, yo, niggas gotta be grateful where they grew up, bro. You gotta be grateful for the shit that you have. Like,
the country where very little works.
oh,
The effects of the earthquake in 2010 are still visible. It devastated the nation, killing more than 250,000 people and destroying most of Haiti's infrastructure.
Fuck.
Most people here survive on just $2 a day, and the capital of Port-au-Prince is plagued by crime.
I've come to meet one of the most influential women in Haiti. Florence Elie is the protector of citizens, and it's her job to make sure that the government here looks after its citizens' human rights.
That nigga speak like a white guy.
I've arranged to meet her at the National Penitentiary, where nearly half of the country's prisoners are locked up. It's home to more than 4,000 inmates.
Fuck me.
Among them are some of Haiti's most violent convicted murderers.
That nigga look like a murderer.
Among them are some of Haiti's most violent convicted murderers, rapists, and kidnappers.
Oh shit.
Tu m'accompagnes? Oh, merci. Merci beaucoup.
It's Florence's job to document human rights abuses all over the country.
Bonjour.
But she spends much of her time here because she suspects many of these men shouldn't even be in prison. The prisoners have named this block the Titanic.
This place is notorious, and Florence is surrounded by people. They're all desperate to try and tell her their story and get some assistance to get out. Does this happen every time you come in?
Chaque fois. Toutes les fois que je viens ici, c'est la même chose.
The first thing that hits you is the smell. Sweat, feces, urine. That and the barrage of noise.
I've only been in here for about 5 minutes. I'm starting to freak out. It's totally crammed full of human bodies and everyone's desperate. They're trying to get water, they're trying to get food, they're trying to stay alive.
They're locked up in these cells for 23 hours a day.
What the fuck?
As we arrive, It's breakfast.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
Yo, gang. I'm not gonna lie. I'm thinking this is dead ass mashed potatoes. I honestly, I didn't know what I was thinking. Honestly, I didn't even think that it was that, bro. I truly, genuinely don't even know what the fuck this is. I thought it was. I'm just watching. And the way that shit just came out of that shit, bro.
As we arrive, it's breakfast.
Look how that. What is that? That gotta be mashed potatoes and peas or raisins. What is that? Oh my god! Like,
and the inmates are
that
collecting
shit just made my
their
stomach
rations.
hurt. That eyes.
We count 60 prisoners coming out.
Nigga said 60.
But inside, I count only 18 beds. The extra men sleep in makeshift hammocks or fight for space on the floor. At 17,
Yo, that shit just traumatized me, gang. It's mad niggas in there. Niggas got their food, and you heard cling.
at 72 years of age, Florence is known as Mammy Flo. For many of these men, she's their only hope. And I keep being handed pieces of paper.
Okay.
I got this 6 years ago.
Like me, Florence is bombarded. Some of the prisoners tell me they've been here for 10 years without ever facing a trial.
You're getting this really overwhelming sense of responsibility. I've got all these little pieces of paper on my hands, some of them just scribbled on the back of cigarette packets. For some people, this is their only lifeline. This is the only way to explain what's happened to them.
God damn.
The prison guards agreed to let me speak with one of the inmates privately. He says the police grabbed him as he was walking through a market, but he has no idea what the charge is. The 2010 earthquake sparked a mass prison break. Jean escaped along with the other prisoners, but was later rearrested. The law states anyone arrested should be brought before a judge within 48 hours. But in reality, that hardly ever happens. Florence takes me to see the prison governor.
On a un espace de 1200 détenus. On est obligé de garder aujourd'hui 4359 détenus.
That's nearly 400% over capacity.
Il y a environ 529 qui sont condamnés. Et on a 3830 détenus qui sont en détention préventive.
Yo, bro, did you just see that comparison?
Et 359 détenus.
That's nearly 400% over capacity.
Il y a environ
There are around 529 people who were sentenced.
529 qui sont condamnés. Et
it's 3,830 detainees who are prolonged a pre-trial detention. They didn't even get a pre-trial. They didn't even get a pre-trial, because you get a pre-trial then a trial. They didn't even get to stand in front of the judge at once at all. That's not even half, gang. That's literally majority. Like, that's not even literally, that's all, that's more than, like, what the fuck? I can't even speak.
On a 3830 détenus qui sont en détention préventive prolongée.
Mais c'est beaucoup, pourquoi?
Oui, c'est beaucoup.
It's no wonder there's so much desperation among the inmates. 80% of them have never even been convicted.
Aux autorités de la justice qu'il faut questionner sur le nombre des détenus qui sont en détention préventive prolongée.
Ouais.
C'est pas à moi de juger les autorités de la justice.
And he can't even do nothing about it,
I
but
want to
just
track down a judge.
put niggas
So
in
I'm heading
judge.
across
I mean,
town
put
to the
niggas in jail.
courthouse, the Palais de Justice.
There are more than 3,000 people in the main prison who haven't yet been tried. From what I've managed to find out, the real logjam is happening at the Palais de Justice.
60% of government buildings were destroyed in the earthquake, including the old courthouse.
Damn.
Even though it's now been moved to a new building, the justice system is still struggling to recover.
Ça va?
Florence knows most people in this building. If anyone can find a judge, it's her.
Oh, oh. Mais... Fermé, non. Ah, il me semble qu'il n'est pas là.
Non.
Non, il n'est pas là non plus. C'est bon, on peut aller dans une des chambres pour voir s'il y a des procès en cours. On va voir ça.
Okay.
Bonjour, oui. Ils sont...
I'm starting to get a sense of why it's so hard for people to get a trial in Haiti. I've been in here for 10 minutes with Florence. She's knocked on 2 or 3 doors. She's had to walk into a courtroom and she still can't find a judge. Can we find some judges to speak to?
L'année judiciaire recommence en octobre.
Is this why there are 3,000 people in
Il y
prison
a
waiting
quelques
judgment?
cas, il y a quelques cas.
I'm told the judges have a 2-month holiday every year. And even when they're working, they only do part-time hours.
Nah, get the fuck out of here. What? So you telling me y'all niggas is not even doing y'all job? Y'all niggas is lollygagging. Like y'all niggas is really bullshitting outside like right now. Like what the fuck? You get a 2-month vacation. And then you get a part-time. So you're not even working full-time. How the fuck is these niggas? It's easy to be a judge out there. It must be easy to become a judge out there. Cause it don't make no sense. I'm going out there and I'm gonna become a judge and I'm solving all the cases.
We found a judge.
Notre Fonfon n'est pas en Haïti.
No, we haven't. We found his assistant. This is impossible.
Merci beaucoup. Il n'est pas là. He's not in Haiti. Comment ça va?
But it's not just the lack of judges that's causing the backlog of cases.
Ce sont les dossiers. Le problème, c'est pas seulement le juge. C'est tout ce qui supporte son travail.
The guys in prison who tell me, I don't know where my file is, nothing's happening.
Vous montrer qu'il y a du désordre.
They're not even in alphabetical order, Florence.
Là, je ne suis pas
Sorry, it's really making me quite angry. Seeing this is one of the most frustrating things that I've experienced since I got here. I'm going through my book and I'm looking at all the names of the prisoners who keep coming up to me and begging me to help them. Solomon, Francis, Wesley, Johnny. All of their files are in there somewhere, but nobody could ever find them. It's complete chaos.
I ain't gonna lie, I'd be mad too. I ain't gonna lie, I probably would have ended the video and started looking at niggas' files game. My OCD would have kicked in and I would have bought them niggas a file cabinet and I would have deadass listed the whole shit. Like everything, like that should have blew me. That should have blew me off the rip. I wasn't able to finish the video, gang. Or even if I did, I would have had to do that.
On top of that, 40% of Haitians can't even read and write.
Oh.
So if they can't afford a lawyer, they have little hope.
Damn, I don't know what's worse on the Philippines or Hades. What the
Next
fuck?
morning, I meet Jacques Leton. He's one of the most successful human rights lawyers in the country. He represents some of those who are lost in the system.
En fait, comme je disais, aux dernières assises, on est arrivé à les faire sortir de la prison après 5 ans, 7 ans, 8 ans, 9 ans, voire 10 ans.
Jacques' been battling Haiti's justice system for 10 years. This year, he's won the release of more than 40 people who'd never even been convicted. Jacques' representing 2 inmates who are accused of being accessories to murder. But he's found evidence their alleged victim actually died of cholera. He wants to prove there's simply no case to answer.
Depuis le temps en prison.
Après, nous avons 5 ans. 5 ans, 15 mois.
That's 5 years they've served for a murder that couldn't possibly have been committed.
Now that Jacques and his team have actually met these two men and confirmed that they're here, confirmed that the story they received is true, they need to go up to the administration building and see if they can get hold of a document to prove that these two men are in prison. Once they've got that, they can then go back to the courts and try to get them released.
So the first step is to actually prove they're in prison. Jacques and his team head off to speak with the prison governor to find out why none of the archive staff are around.
Et c'est tout qu'on a fait une demande de certificat de cours depuis une semaine.
Le responsable, il est en formation.
Et vous savez pourquoi il demande que vous donniez des certificats de cours? Parce que
Je ne suis pas responsable. Je ne suis pas responsable.
The prison governor insists there's nothing he can do. So Jacques is forced to leave the prison to find a legal official who can certify that Hervé and Lexnor exist as prisoners.
Luckily, the court that Jacques needs to go to is just around the corner from the prison, so we can walk there.
oui. Donc on a le juge.
We bring the judge back to the penitentiary.
The two prisoners have just been brought out for a second time today so that they can appear before this local magistrate to confirm their identity. And with this document, hopefully, they can prove that these men are actually here and then start the process of actually getting them out.
It's taken 4 hours to get one piece of paper just to prove that the two men are in prison.
Nah, what the fuck?
Finally, Jacques has what he needs to take their case to court.
Whoa.
I'm told that on average, 3 inmates die here every month.
Damn.
I head to the infirmary to see the conditions. The beds are full. There are even people sleeping under the beds.
Ils sont tous malades ici?
Inmates are given 2 meals a day, but prison gruel is mostly made of flour and water. Those who don't have family to bring them regular meals can quickly become weak and malnourished.
This place is like hell on earth. There are scores of men in there, emaciated, visibly sick, and they've all been crammed into the same room. I'm told that some of their families don't know they're here. Some of them have been there for years. This is where most of the deaths in this prison happen. I'm told that in one weekend, 4 people were taken out of here and rushed to emergency. 3 of them died within days.
Haiti's struggling with a cholera outbreak that was brought into the country after the earthquake. Local doctors and a foreign charity do provide medical care, but diseases like cholera travel fast here.
All the men in the cells all around here are locked in for the majority of the day. They can't even leave to go to the toilet, so they do it in a bag. And when they get tired of having a bag of poo in their cell, they just chuck it out the window because, well, you would, wouldn't you? So the longer I stand here, the more uncomfortable I'm feeling.
Cramped living conditions also help the spread of tuberculosis.
I was trying not to stop, but that's actually insane, child. Like, the nigga said they... What?
Which kills schools of prisoners every year.
I just don't know what to say anymore.
We're heading into this block of the infirmary, which is where they keep everybody who's got tuberculosis. I'm told there are over 150 people in here. Vous êtes combien ici? Vous êtes combien? 49. Combien? 49 ici? Pour des médicaments?
nous pas jeune son de prison, stress, nous pas qu'à juger. Bon, on a passé à petite madame famille, ça rend nous malades.
In many ways, this place is even more desperate than any of the other cells. These guys have to be locked in here because they're contagious. So I'm told there are 49 people locked in this cell. You can see just how angry they are. They can't leave, and they can't be allowed to leave.
They're frightened they
Niggas
might
said
die
they ain't got no
before they see a
toilet,
judge.
nothing. What?
Even among the minority of prisoners who have been to court, there are shocking allegations of injustice.
How long have you been in prison for?
Paul Panel was thrown into prison in 2012. He went on trial 3 years later. Paul claims he's waiting for his release form to be handed over, something the court clerk should have done after his trial last year. We don't know if this is true, but the UN lists corruption as a major problem within Haiti's justice system.
Of course.
He remembers everything to do with his case. He knows his case number, his prison number. He knows the names of the lawyers, the judges, all the people who've tried to get bribes from him. And I feel like with a little bit of investigation, I might actually be able to find out what's going on here.
Florence offers to help me track down Paul's paperwork.
Yeah, get that nigga out of jail.
Paul Jean-Vanel.
Il est déjà jugé au tribunal criminel.
Oh, il a été jugé en août 2015, c'est récent.
Ok, et qu'est-ce qui se passe?
Son chef d'accusation est association de malfaiteurs, complicité de vol à mer.
So he was found guilty?
On n'a pas encore l'ordre.
Paul says he was found not guilty, but there's no record of the verdict.
Après la session, le juge s'en va à son bureau, il écrit le jugement. Et c'est un huissier qui apporte l'ordre de jugement. Donc maintenant, il faudra que je sache qui était le juge qui l'a jugé.
This is like a bad dream.
Jusqu'à présent, ici, on attend
Le jugement de libération.
Paul's adamant the judge acquitted him a year ago, but the release form is nowhere to be seen. Paul's adamant the judge acquitted him a year ago, but the release form is nowhere to be seen.
Il faut des papiers pour qu'on puisse avoir libéré.
Et une fois que les dossiers sont perdus, eh bien, le pauvre, il est perdu aussi. Tu comprends?
Without the paperwork to back up his claims, or money to pay a bribe, he's condemned to a life in prison.
Ever since I first met Paul, I've kind of wanted these details to not be true because the implications of all this, the corruption, the incompetence, the downright laziness of it all, is almost too much for me to comprehend. And then going in there and seeing the book and seeing that actually he's telling me the truth. And yet he's been left to rot in here.
Paul's future lies in the courthouse, but on my way there, I run into more problems.
Oh.
I've just left the prison and I was on my way to the courthouse. I wanted to try and find out what's happening with the cases of some of the men I've met in there, but as you can see, the road's blocked off. There's burning tyres here, there are more down there. I can see a group of people, there's a protest going on. I even heard gunshots a few minutes ago.
What the fuck?
There's been infighting in the Justice Department, and the city's chief prosecutor has been transferred.
And they've shut down the courthouse with their protest, which means that any of the men in there who are hoping to get their cases heard today, it's just not going to happen.
I want to put my findings to the Minister of Justice, Camille Edouard Jr.
Nah, my son, that's fire.
Haiti's had an interim government since February, and the presidential elections are just a couple of weeks away.
Now, when you've got nearly 70% of the people in prison who haven't even seen a judge yet, why don't you force the judges here to work more often and maybe even trained more and employed more to get the job done.
Yo gen totalement autonomie. Moi-même, comme ministre justice, moi pas gen autorité de discipline pour me sanctionner.
And when was the last time you actually punished somebody for corruption in this system?
Côté que les difficile pour faire ça les traçabilité. Seulement nous gain évidence.
The National Penitentiary is totally overcrowded.
Man, that nigga is one of them niggas that's corrupt himself. The fuck?
Times over capacity, and that's a breeding ground for tuberculosis. It seems to me that your failure to provide an efficient justice system is literally leading to people dying in prison. You're literally killing prisoners. How do you respond to that?
Premièrement, son problème nous vient joindre, c'est pas nous qui venons avec lui, c'est défaillance système pendant des années qui baille résultat ça.
After the election, he hopes to tackle the number of pre-trial detainees and halve the prison population. Jacques finally made it to the main courthouse to try and free Harvey and Lexinor, the men accused of murdering a woman who was later found to have died of cholera.
The case that Jacques and his team are getting ready for is known as a habeas corpus. He's essentially trying to argue that his clients have been wrongfully imprisoned. They don't need a hearing, they don't need an investigation, they simply need the judge to agree that there is no case to answer and they need to be freed immediately.
And in order to do that, he needs to get a number of legal officials together in the same room and before a judge.
Oh, I see.
In the next half hour, these 5 lawyers are going to find out if weeks' worth of work is going to pay off.
It's now in the hands of this judge.
Constater le caractère arbitraire, voire même illégal, de la détention de ces citoyens et de ces citoyennes pour celui-ci statuer sans délai. Sans délai!
The judge prepares to give his verdict.
Constate le caractère arbitraire illégal de la détention des surnationaux à service. Hervé Jean, ordonne en conséquence.
Let's go.
Jacques managed to win the release of 2 men who the 2 men had spent 10 years in prison for crime they never committed.
Let's fucking go, man.
It's a small victory.
It's a small one, but it's a big one in the long run, man. Gonna all add up in the end.
We head back to the prison one last time. The city's preparing for one of the biggest storms in a decade.
Haiti is bracing itself. It's about to get hit by a Category 4 hurricane. This could be the worst natural disaster to hit the country since the earthquake in 2010.
The prison is on lockdown. That evening, Hurricane Matthew slams into southern Haiti, killing more than 1,000 people and leaving 1.4 million in need of aid. The capital's relatively unscathed, but the south of Haiti is plunged into turmoil. The welfare of the country's prisoners will once again be low on the government's list of priorities. 1 month later, Jacques' clients Hervé and Lexinor are yet to be released. There's a dispute about their paperwork.
Nah,
Paul's
what the
only
fuck?
hope is to have another trial. But since we left him, he's fallen ill and is now in quarantine.
Oh my god.
Nearly 4,000 prisoners continue to be held without trial in the National Penitentiary.
This shit is crazy, bro. Yo, W fucking video, man. Yo, shout out to my son, Free Dog Bites. I like his shit. I'm gonna fuck with his shit more often too. Nah, that shit is crazy. I mean, nah, that shit is crazy. Anyways, that's it for the video, man. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Make sure y'all turn on that post. Make sure that bell is on so y'all know when I upload. Be grateful. Be fucking grateful, man. Shout out to the niggas out there, man. I hope y'all get what y'all deserve. Rightfully, not on some mean shit, but like what y'all truly deserve. Justice. You know what I'm saying? I'm just lost for words for real, chat. But I feel do, man. We out. Peace.